There's no question that tariffs do, in fact, raise the risk of slower economic growth, but they also raise the risk of higher inflation, which means it's a real challenge for policymakers on how to deal with that. The good news is that inflation in Europe is much lower than it is in the United States. And that's the reason why they've been able to consistently lower interest rates, while in the United States we're facing greater challenges. But slower growth is a way of life with when you have tariffs, and that's one of the reasons why the IMF lowered the economic growth prospects for the United States to 1.8%. From 2.8% growth that we had last year.
As you point out, the tariffs will bring with it slower growth, but what about the White House argument that, yes, short-term pain, but long-term gain?
Well, that's certainly the argument that is being used, because there is going to be a lot of short-term pain. And if you don't say that, then it'll be very challenging for the people to acknowledge it, or in fact, even accept it. We, in fact, saw today that the University of Michigan is telling us that now, over the next 12 months, consumers are expecting inflation to rise to 6.5% year over year. And that is up from 5% last month. So that's a lot of pain. And 12 months from now, it's not even clear to me that's short-term pain. That seems to be medium-term pain, and with no end in sight to this inflationary problem, unless somehow we bring that temperature down on the tariff situation.